Good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing great this morning. Thank you for being here. Our topic of discussion for today is the impact of remote work on productivity and work-life balance. I thought it's a good topic to talk about today, as we can, kind of raise the benefits and I can say advantage and disadvantage of working remote. So I would like to hear all of your ideas. And yeah, I was thinking this shift to remote work, especially after the pandemic, the COVID-19, and after the improvement of technologies and everything. It's one of the biggest thing happening in all around the world in workplace. This shift from physical workspaces to now being remote and working from home. So what I wanted to say was that, what I think is that remote work is a kind of increased flexibility, and it allows employees to manage their time better, and it's they don't have to just um, uh, move to an office every morning and don't again get back home, and it's kind of help people to manage their time better. And I was reading something, and it was saying that the work satisfaction of employees after this pandemic, after being remote, has increased. So I think that's clear, because your stress is reduced, because you're working from home, you're more relaxed, and you can be focused on what you're doing. So uh, it feels that it's increase employee satisfaction, I can say. And also I think it give this opportunity to um, employers, to organizations, to have now access to more a range of people and talents. So they can hire anyone worldwide, anyone from any country, and it's not limited to their area anymore. So organizations can have access to more talents and more people of um, experts in their field. Also, it's good for employees, because they also can now play in a bigger playroom, I can say. For example, I live in Iran. Maybe the job opportunities here are not that perfect for me, but now I have access to worldwide remote job opportunities, that now I'm working with one of them. So yeah, I think that's something that working remotely gave to both employees and employers. But as we all know, it has some challenges working from home. Um, Lack of focus sometimes irritates people, because there are distractions in a home, and you may cannot stay focused, and sometimes you have a struggle to be motivated and focused, I can say. And I think that came from the boundaries you have to set for yourself, and the company has to set boundaries also, that didn't happen, because if there are structures of how you're supposed to do your work, and there are some boundaries you can uh, keep that work-life balance that you have in the best way possible, because you know um, if you just can't recognize when it's working time, when it's break time, you can easily um, be distracted. You can easily lose your focus, and it's not going to help you doing your job, and it can um, reduce your productivity, I can say. So what I think about having a remote job and also keep the work-life balance is to have that boundaries for yourself. Just be clear how much you have to work, and you kind of create a home office for yourself. Nothing, just being in your room with in your desk. And when when you have somewhere at home that is comfortable for working, you are not you won't get distracted, or no one will interrupt you when you are working. I think then you can be more motivated and more productive. So if I want to conclude this, I can say I'm totally a fan of working remotely, because of all the advantages that I mentioned before, and I think the companies like, for example, Moracle, we have this Zoom communication that can help us stay focused, and it's kind of set a boundaries. So when you are logged into the Zoom, you know that it's your working hours, and you have access to everyone via Zoom. So it makes it so much easier, because you don't have to wait for I don't know, calls or messages. You are logged into the Zoom. You can meet any of your colleagues that you want. So I think it makes it so much easier. So um, what I think is that organizations have to be clear about their policies when they are working remote, and then both employees and employer can um, work together with no problem remotely. So yeah, I want to hear your thoughts and ideas about this topic, and maybe you can add some advantage or disadvantage to working remotely. So you are welcome to participate. Yeah. Anyone wants to go ahead and share? Hmm.
Yes, I would like to share.
Hi, Mola. Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Good morning, now. It's like I would like to I would like to contribute to a member of staff. It's like one big advantage based on experience, I would say it's help reduce abuses and infighting at the workplace. Yeah, based on the fact that some workplace is like you will meet colleagues who like they just like reduce productivity or demotivating other people. Yeah, but by working remotely, I mean it reduces those confrontation amongst uh, uh, so, right. Daniel, it's like at home remotely, you left or neighbors or even service providers, like delivery will come, people will knock at the door. It's like sometimes you just have to move to attend to know who is around, right? And it also increase the employer's expenses in terms of your light, your gas, because since you're at home working, and if it's cold, you have to keep all your, things that will keep you warm, all will be on. Rather than if you went to work, the kids went to school, everybody is out of the home, you switch all your appliances. So yeah, it's a disadvantage to employers also, and to member of staff. And for the employer point of view, I think working remotely in another hand is an advantage because it reduces expenses on rentage, furnitures, heating, lighting, all those expenses will be like reduced drastically. Yeah, that's my own take.
Thank you, Marlai. Thank you. Yeah, in the terms of expenses and costs, I can say it's a advantage for employers, or maybe a kind of a disadvantage for employees. Thank you for your contribution. If anyone wants to go ahead and share their thoughts about this topic, I would like to hear.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sapade.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like the remote work has like really significant impact on our productivity and like work-life balance as well. So I think for productivity, like working remotely for like if the organization gives its employees a working remotely option, it would increase their productivity. Like it would reduce their commute time and like whatever they're like. Sometimes people live very far from the like whatever place they are working at. So it would be like if they get to save that time, in that time they could do some personal things as well. Like they could do exercise or like take care of themselves or do some other works which they might not be able to do if they are traveling to the work every day. And also like traveling to work every day, it's the rush hours in the morning, they will get stressed before they are even like reaching the office. So it would like tire out the employees before they are even reaching the offices. But if they are like working remotely, that would not only save their time but their energy as well, and they could use it somewhere else. Or like if some people like to work in the morning, like those hours will be like the uninterrupted hours, they can get their productive work done like by then when everyone is logging into the office. So that's how they can save their time and like increase their productivity as well. Also, like if you're working remotely, so you can just go in that work zone and work continuously without getting disturbed. Like if you are working in an office and like some people are coming and going back from your offices continuously, so it disturbs you and you might not get into that workflow and work zone, and you might not be able to fully concentrate and give you 100%. But if you are working remotely and you know like there is no one to disturb you and no one is coming and going back again and again in your office, you will be able to put your 100% like full focus on the work and get it done really quickly. So I think, yeah, that would increase our productivity and our efficiency as well. But yeah, like if you are working remotely, that means also like there are some negatives of this as well. Like you need to be really self-disciplined if you want to get work done. Like there is no supervisor or content, like there is no one, someone is continuously watching you, what you are doing, have you done it? So it's take a really good self-discipline to get all the work done, whatever you have been assigned to. So yeah, I think for that you need to be like really self-disciplined, and you need to have like set goals for yourself, like what you need to accomplish by today. Otherwise you will fall back and you might not be able to complete the work, and it will affect your efficiency as well. Also, like if you're working from home, there will be other issues as well, like if you are like getting connection issues, you won't be like all the employees are working remotely, so there might be some communication or misunderstandings as well, communication gaps. So that's a problem as well. But we can take care of those things. Like if we can just have like a face-to-face video meetings with them to clearly tell them like what do we mean by anything we have written, or like what do we mean by whatever we have said, so that there is no reasons for misunderstanding or something like that. Also, yeah, work-life balance also gives us like flexible schedules as well. Like if you are like if you have to some appointment you need to attend during your work hours, you can just attend that and you can compensate for that and the later day of ours. But yeah, that also has a negative of itself. Like it will be like there would be a no boundary between your personal life and your work life as well. So you need to really be conscious and take care of that. Like you are not like burning out yourself, like working all day. So you need to put a boundary between that as well. So I think, yeah, these are the cons and like pros and cons of work remotely. Thank you, Sapide.
Thank you, Ritika. Thank you. You raised lots of good points there. Yeah, having self-discipline is really, really important when you're working remote. And it takes you lots of time to be adapted to working remotely, but at the end, you may see that your productivity is increasing because you're not just getting yourself tired by going to the office and coming back and everything. So yeah, thank you for your contribution. If anyone else wants to go ahead and share. Yes, Kelvin, yeah.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Mm.
It's good morning, and I hope you can hear me well, because one of the challenges of working remotely is having challenges when it comes to connectivity. I think that has been mentioned, and now just want to I would want to appreciate the aspect of remote work, because when you compare to being there physically in office, for me, I would prefer to work remotely, because I've been in that setup where you sit down in office, and it has its own disadvantages. Though also, both aspects has its own challenges here and there, but there's one that outweighs the other. I would want to mention about maybe two aspects. But I'll be biased also to working remotely, and in terms of trying to have a work balance with it. Of course, it's a big challenge, especially if you have a family, if you have kids. Sometimes you have to lock yourself in a room, and then you have to attend meetings, and the kids don't understand that, hey, dad is having a meeting, or mommy is having a meeting, or there's some task that you need to finish up, because they'll be demanding their time, because with them, they know if you're at home, it's time to be with them. So it's quite a challenge. It's quite a challenge. But if you're able to talk to them, and one thing is they need to appreciate that you are there. You can navigate. One thing about first working remotely is your mindset changes. From just being localized within a specific remix to a wider perspective. Like now, you see, we are interacting with people all over the world. When we interact together, that you basically get to know that, hey, the challenges probably maybe that you're going through as a person, it's not a localized challenge. It's something that is global, and you are able to approach personal life, and you're also able to approach personal growth in a wider perspective. Um, Work culture also. You see, we all come from first. We all come from different cultural backgrounds. Now, as opposed to working together, maybe in a closed office, or you're all seated there. where people are seated physically, where people are seated close, one, you get to know that those people are coming within the same locality. So this, there would be so much increased of organization politics. And when you talk about organization politics, this is what really impacts the organization productivity. But when you come to work remotely, you would find that the only time that probably, or most of the time that we're interacting with your colleague is, it's just on work based. Unlike the other one, you just wake up from your desk, hey, you meet with the other person, hey, the other person looks at you, hey, how is Sylvia today dressed? Sylvia today seems to be a little bit moody. But you see, when I'm working remotely, I don't even know when you have moods unless look keenly at the screen. I'll be having that assumption that everything is well. So it reduces that thing which is called organizational politics. And organizational politics, maybe principles of management. You would find that one thing that impacts the productivity at work is something called grapevine. And the worst thing, times it has a positive impact, also it has a positive contribution, but it really seriously have a negative contribution. And I will tell you from my own experience. And that's why I'm trying to like rework my whole life in terms of my professionalism and work culture to, move to remotely because, one is, of course, one thing is I don't know much about Sukesh. The only thing I know about Sukesh is we are here in Moracle, and one thing is it's work. The next thing is I might not know much of the negative things. But when you are there physically, someone else is going to see you, bring me reports about Sukesh, and then when we are there, oh, Sukesh did this, Sukesh they said this about that. And that's why when we talk about remote, that's why we appreciate. Otherwise, if we are not appreciating about remote work, we couldn't be here. So I think apart from those technical issues, technical challenges here and there about connectivity, about staff power outage, like here in Nairobi, we've been having a lot of floods, which I know is all over the country, which is also affecting our outage. Apart from all those other things, I think work-wise, in terms of work culture, it's something that I would say it's to the positive. Thank you for that topic, Sebedi, and thank you for giving me a chance to make a contribution.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you for your participation. Yeah, that was a really good point you mentioned. I don't know if there is anyone else that wants to go ahead and share about this topic.
Morning, everyone. Yeah, I'll just make a small contribution. Thank you, Sapide. Yeah, I think as everyone has mentioned, work remotely, it has its good side and the not so good side. So for me, I would say the pros that I've personally experienced, I would say maybe from my experience actually here at Moracle would be the exposure. Definitely you get exposed to a variety of people. Your work ethic becomes different because people in different countries definitely work in a different way, and the standard is different from if you are working with people with just the people who you're in the same country with. Yeah, so I would say for me the exposure has been a good side of it. And yeah, and I think for me the second pro, which I feel like has been good for me, particularly this year, is being a new mom. I think I don't have that anxiety of I have to, leave the child at home. And I think speaking from from the angle of a mother, I know that so many new mothers will have that anxiety of you're leaving your baby at home with a stranger. Yeah, so even if I'm not with them all the time, at least I don't have that anxiety that that anything could happen if I'm not at home. Yeah, so that's something that I'm always grateful for. Yeah, that I can't really take for granted. I would say on the cons, I would say, I think Kritika mentioned it, that sometimes the boundaries, because it's like your work is on your laptop and you're with your laptop almost all the time. So it's like there are really no boundaries, because if you are having to go to work, you'd maybe know, okay, I'm in the office from 8 to 5. Yeah. So, but now it's like, yeah, you could literally be working all day. Yeah, you don't, like, sometimes there are those boundaries are not really there, and you have to just keep on reminding yourself that, oh, okay, I need to close my laptop. And I think for me, I just got so used to it. I remember, I think one of the past nights when we're still working, and with Robert and Molai, and Molai was saying that, people will start complaining at home because, at work till a bit late. But yeah, anytime my laptop is open, of course I'll be like, okay, let me check, if there's an email or something. And then yeah, you end up just getting down that. Yeah, so I think also that. And the other pro, I think, which would be a bit, is, I think Kelvin mentioned a bit, that sometimes you do miss that human connection, because you're basically with your laptop the entire day. So you do miss that human connection of, oh, maybe I would go to Sepide's office and, actually talk to Sepide. Yeah, but yeah, you kind of miss that human connection. But I think the great thing about Moracle is, when we have these morning meetings, when many times more, I will take time and actually speak to us outside, the work that we do. So sometimes you feel like, yeah, it helps, but sometimes, yeah, that human connection, yeah, also. So yeah, I would say for me, yeah, those would be my pros and cons.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Yeah. I sometimes miss that too, especially because my last job was I went to office every day, so sometimes you miss that. But yeah, it's good that we have this Zoom communication here. Thank you. I don't know if we have anyone else who wants to share anything about this topic. If not, we can close our session for today. Okay, I think we can close. Thank you everyone for your participation and for sharing your thoughts and ideas, and hope you have a great day. Thank you.